I'm Daryl Thomas, and I would like to give you my feedback on the structural resonance interview I had a couple of weeks ago. And it was very fascinating. And the structural resonance interviews that we are conducting right now is part of the structural resonance alignment course that we are offering on the website. And if you go to the website, you can sign up for classes. It's a fantastic experience, and we are very pleased with the results and the participation and the feedback. I'd like to talk about my structural resonance interview. It was very fascinating. It was very short, but it explained a lot of things that had gone on in my life that had bugged me, and I really didn't know where it was coming, but there always seemed to be, like, I would get to a certain place in my life, successful, and all of a sudden it would just, like an invisible door would just shut on my life, and I would have to start over again or try something else, and I would get some success along that road, and then another invisible door would shut. This happened continuously during the course of my life, so that was one of the things the structural resonance talked about. It was very interesting that it called it a trained mind system that I had developed as a result and as a response to these invisible doors shutting down my expression in this life. Basically, it would be, the systems would lead me to experience something that I had worked for or desired, and then I sort of block it and take it away. This led me to begin to close the doors on my own and stop participating fully in life. Actually, I experienced my world getting smaller and smaller as time went on. So the core message of the interview was in the form of a question. Am I going to allow to continue down this road of closing the doors on myself, or was I going to embrace the opportunities that would show up and live, because I have not allowed myself to do that as much as I'd like. Now, seeing this in retrospect, yes, I think that was a good point, and I am really committed to actually birth myself and live and carry on. Following up things, I don't know, that makes me more effective and able to move forward. So the entire sweep of my life was condensed into an 8-minute interview. It was fascinating. Also, just the previous history of my time here at the farm, it's been an emotional roller coaster. And before we started doing these structural resonance interviews, I pretty much had an opportunity to see how the secret mind works according to other people giving their interviews, what's happening on the resonant level, and becoming quite fascinated at how the resonant level, we operate a resonant level that's really unknown to us, and yet is directing everything that we do and think about. So in the interviews, what you're doing when you're face-to-face, or not in my case, but face-to-face with the resonance perspective of what's going on with you. And in response to what I had heard, which you can read on the forum, I decided to become more relaxed. I decided to be more accepting and willing to take risks where I wouldn't have. I used to take risks, and after the closed mind thing started to happen, the trained mind thing started to happen. I stopped. I began to pull back and not go for things that I used to do. What I have learned from this interview was that it's time to trust myself again, and it's time to believe in myself and commit myself fully to live and to go for things, as the resident said, would make my life easier or a little more enjoyable. Not that that's what I'm living for, but there could be points of opportunities that I've let slip by, and I'm determined not to do that anymore. So what has changed since the interview is that I'm more seeing the pattern of my life of closing myself down. Now I can see that and determine that's not the way I want to live my life, and I am going to become more cognizant, or I'm going to recognize when I do that the next time around, just to watch myself and make sure I can see the pattern before it takes me away. So I listened to it. I was taken aback because I was going through an emotional thing, and what I was going through consciously, the structural resonance did not even address, which means that in my head I'm living another life that's different from the one I'm actually living as a structural resonance. And I thought that was very fascinating. And in fact, it took me a while to actually understand why I was feeling the way I was. Some of the things it said was true. I was feeling that I had been, my life was a fuck up, and I'd done everything that was wrong, which was basically the system keeping me in a box where I would lock the door of my own cage. So that ain't really, I was blown away by the whole presentation, and only in 8 minutes it was like seeing my whole life, a little movie. Thanks!